Just right there.
Welcome everyone to the Best Damn Podcast. I am your host, John Keane. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me. Ask that you please add, follow, and check us out, www.thebestdampodcast.tv. Follow me Instagram, Best Damn Podcast, Twitter, The Real Best Damn, and wherever you're watching from, make sure to hit that like, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think, share this link, get it out there where new people can find us, and make sure to subscribe, click that bell, the way you get all of the notifications. Check out our astrology videos, our tarot videos. If you'd like to donate support to the channel, links are in the description box down below. PayPal, Venmo, Patreon, Cash App, Facebook Messenger. Book your own personal tarot reading. Join us on Patreon. Get a subscription. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, the only thing to talk about. This shit has been on the news like crazy ever since last night's Monday Night Football. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. NFL player Damar Hamlin, safety, collapses right on the fucking field for everybody to see, right? Looking on in horror, really. And I think this is becoming one of those all too familiar sights. I got to be very careful how I use my words in this video, because we all know YouTube loves to give us the nice strikes for medical misinformation. Anytime we even pose the question, could it possibly be the repercussions from something we are all familiar with and was forced on a lot of the population here? Let's go ahead and switch off the music, get some sound going. We're going to show the hit itself tonight. Wide receiver T. Higgins. It's a really, really routine play is what happened, which is really crazy about all of it, We see this type of shit happen, every game occurrence. It looked like it was nothing truly, special, nothing to write home about when you watch it on TV. Next thing you know, dude just pops up and boom, falls right out. And I'm telling you, I told my girlfriend, right when this happened, shout out Erin, I told her, I said, you know what? I've seen this so many times. Baseball players, soccer players, NBA players, and you guys know, if you watch the private content, and you join the Best Damn Fam, you watch the private content, we've went over 1 billion videos of people kicking it in their fucking office or at work or walking down the street and just, boom, stiff as a board, collapse, and lo and behold, cardiac arrest, heart failure. The guy is 24 years old. He's a fucking world-class athlete. A world-class athlete with, no seeming health problems. And this is happening, it's becoming a regular occurrence now. We're not even allowed to pose a question. We're not even allowed to pose a question why, right? Why? They want to try to put your attention on, the morality of it all. And that's what was trending on Twitter last night, if you guys was, checking it out. I'm all stoked, right? I'm from Cincinnati. I'm kicking it in Cincinnati right now. I'm on the west side. And I'm excited. I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to watch this great game. And I thought something might be off, because I was seeing things about how there has been no regular season game hyped up as much as last night's game. It was literally the biggest regular season game of the year. So many playoff implications. This thing was really amped up when it comes to, sponsorships and the media and the coverage, and it was crazy. And lo and behold, right? Lo and behold, all this attention, all eyes on the NFL, which, I haven't looked at the ratings recently, but I can only surmise that things probably haven't been increasing or getting better over the last couple of years. There's been so much nonsense going on in sports. I think people are really starting to focus on the things that matter more in life, the things that are more important to them, And, the headlines, whenever you've seen all of the analysts kind of sitting around not knowing what to do, and you could see, and we're going to look at the footage in just a moment, you could see that instantly this wasn't, your normal run-of-the-mill routine injury or routine play. The players looked fucking frantic. Players on both sides of the ball had tears running down their eyes. I mean, they were like frantic to get the medical, emergency squad over there, the EMS. And next thing you know, they are giving this dude CPR. And I'm like, holy shit, that's because his heart stopped. They're trying to get his heart going again. When he stood up and he got hit by a wide receiver, not some linebacker or defensive end or some, monster on the field. This is one of, the most fragile players on the field when we look at wide receivers, even though, T. Higgins happens to be a monster. But it was a routine play, and I'm almost positive they're going to try to say that Higgins lowered his shoulder and hit him in the chest, and, that's why all of this happened. But like I said, the dude's 24 years old. He's 24 years old. We know what's happened with mandates, things that have been made mandatory over the last few years, and there's been major disputes about this. And guys, I need you all, if you're watching this video, read between the lines, please, please, please. I get so much grief and so much shit from people that watch this channel now. They're like, oh, John, you're not the same. John, you're a sellout. John, you're this. John, you're that. My last two videos I had to take down because they got strikes, guys. That's why I've had to, do the tarot and the astrology stuff, because just flat out they won't let you talk about anything that's not, mainstream. They won't let you talk about anything right now if it goes around C19, and the pokes. So it's like, if we even mention those things, it's like basically automatic, basically automatic. So I have to be very careful. But I do want to ask the question, why in the fuck does this happen to a world-class athlete that's 24 years old in the prime of his life with no known health issues or previous conditions? Right? And why is it happening all the time? And why are we not even allowed to ask the question, why the fuck is this happening? That's the craziest part of all. We can't even ask. That tells you right there that something is truly off. Let's go ahead and take a look at this information. It says, Internet cretins, that would be this guy, Internet cretins rush to blame NFL players' collapse on, you guessed it, right? And I can't say these words, but like I said, I don't want to say the hot words here. So kind of, we're going to have to do hobo code or something like that. And let me say big ups and big thanks to everybody who's in the chat. Make sure, guys, that you hit the thumbs up. Give this a like. It helps with the algorithms. Make sure that you comment. I really want to just know your opinion, know your perspective. We're not allowed to talk openly in the videos, so in the comment section is where we can really kind of hammer this out. Drop links to videos you have, anything like that. It really helps. And check out yesterday's video too. It was very important, with the symbolism surrounding the Tate brothers and the pedophilia and all of that, the normalization of the sexualizing children. It's like it only gets deeper and deeper from here, so I hope you're wearing your fucking boots. Here we go. Internet cretins rush to blame NFL players' collapse on blank. The worst people on the internet lowered the bar even further on Monday as they sought to turn the collapse of NFL player Damar Hamlin into a political win. Leading the pack was right-wing activist Charlie Kirk, who tweeted that, quote, athletes dropping suddenly had become all too familiar of a sight, an oblique reference to supposed health complications caused by, we'll read the highlighted words, caused by that. Other right-wing figures, including TV host Grant Stinchfield, media personality Stu Peters, and political commentator Rogan O'Handley also piled on. Thousands of users poured into the tweeter's replies, however, with many blaming and labeling the comments as, quote, distasteful, and others declaring, you're the worst kind of person. He's the worst kind of person for even fucking asking the question or even suggesting what we all are thinking. We all want to know what the fuck is going on. It's not just the NFL. This just so happens to be, like I said, the biggest regular season game of the year, the most hyped and anticipated game of the year, primetime Monday Night Football that the shit went down. And the NFL hasn't been truly scarred by all of this like other sports have. The NBA, basketball, soccer, right? All across the globe, this has been happening for a while. And we're going to look at some other people's comments too. Here we go. Adam Kissinger. Sick, disgusting human beings. This isn't politics. This is straight up heartless, cold, evil. It's fucking evil. This is a tragic and all too familiar sight right now. Athletes dropping suddenly. There has been too many recent hashtag died suddenly cases to deny it anymore. This is not normal. And I think we could all agree with that. This is not normal. He was 24 years old. Breaking the Bills' safety, Damar Hamlin was taken off the field in an ambulance after collapsing mid-game. And he is in critical condition too, right? But like I said, they're calling them cretins and saying they're fucking the most terrible people. It's distasteful. They're trying to capitalize on this politically. I don't even see that. It's like the person just asking the question, why? Why did this happen? Why is there this correlation between, this and something else, man? And let me say what's up to those in the chat. Looks like we have Chanel Brown in the house. What's up? Robbie Duvall, Beautiful You, DF, Kimberly F, David C, Carol Dryling, Old Hillbilly, Auntie Jennifer, what's up? And Jeffrey McLean, what's up, guys? Man, I want to just say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you tremendously, right? And here's like the official, quote from the NFL. It says, tonight's Buffalo Bills Cincinnati Bengals game has been postponed after the Buffalo Bills' Damar Hamlin collapsed, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell announced. Hamlin, who received immediate medical attention on the field by team and independent medical staff and local paramedics. He was then transported to the local hospital where he was in critical condition. They took him to UC, which is University of Cincinnati. And our thoughts are with Damar and the Buffalo Bills. We will provide more information as it becomes available. The NFL has been in constant communication with the NFL Players Association, which is an agreement with postponing the game, and it went on to be suspended, and there's no game in sight. No game in sight, right? If this was a normal injury, I hate to tell you guys, if this is normal injury, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now because they would have finished that fucking game. That's what you knew instantly. You knew instantly when this shit popped off, something was off about it. And let me go ahead and play some clips from the video. And look, and like I said, this is what's fucking mind-blowing about it. And people want to talk about trying to gain for political reasons. All of those bastards on Twitter that were like hashtag cancel the game, stop the game, and all this, and calling people cretins and despicable human beings for asking the question, you are the fucking cretin and you are the despicable human being, my friend. Right? You're more worried about what you look like, signaling your virtue online. We're not concerned about football. We're not concerned about this. Cancel the game, you evil people. Right? You're more concerned about what you look like to everyone else and what you're trying to project online than this young man's life and why it actually happened to him and how he was actually probably victimized by something so many people have been victimized by, and nobody will ever know why, because they're not in the spotlight like a professional sports player. This is our opportunity and this is our moment, guys. Whenever we have something on this big of a stage, is to make a fucking ruckus and to say, hey, we have questions, we demand answers, you will not silence us, you will not shut us up. Right? We're going to keep asking. Give me a strike, bitch, I don't care. This is important, and this could prevent future injury, death, or harm to other people. This is somebody's son. This is somebody's kid, guys. Like, truthfully. And he's the age of a fucking kid on top of it. He's only, 24 years old. And we're going to go here. You can see, and we'll give the breakdown of everything first, and then we're going to take a look at some of the other events that are similar to this. It says, what happened to Damar Hamlin? Medical experts are explaining what happened to the Bills safety, Damar Hamlin, that caused him to collapse on the field during Monday Night Football. Sports medicine Dr. Brian Salterer explains it is likely a rare event called commotio cordis, he says. Essentially what can happen is, if you have and this is where they're going to go with this, I'm trying to tell you, I knew this is what they would do. If you have a blunt trauma to the chest that occurs at exactly the right time in the cardiac electrical cycle, your heart can be sent into cardiac arrest. So they're saying, essentially, and let's pull this up. Let's see if we can get a little bit more on the commotio cordis here. What is it if a person is struck in the chest at a specific time in the heart rhythm cycle? So the exact time in his heart rhythm, in his heart cycle, as it's beaten at the precise time, right? Basically knocking the electrical signal and the palpitations of the heart off, stopping it. The heart's electrical signal can be interrupted, resulting in the heart stopping. This rare cause of the heart suddenly stopping is called commotio cordis. The blunt force that causes commotio cordis often comes from a hard object or a ball hitting the chest, such as a baseball, a softball, a hockey puck, but it can come from any type of blow. The average victim of commotio cordis is 14 years of age. Young people are at a higher risk because the chest wall is less developed and transmit force more easily. And he's not 14 years old. He's a 24-year-old developed male, Symptoms. A person who suffers commotio cordis will collapse and be unresponsive following a blow to the chest. Did they just make this shit up just now? Just wondering. Following a blow to the chest. A pulse will not be felt, and the person may not be breathing. Sometimes there will be jerking movements in the arms and legs, but they should not be confused with a seizure. Gasping breaths may also be seen, but this does not mean the person is breathing normally. Treatment. Once the person is found to be unconscious, his or her heart must be assumed to have stopped and immediate treatment is needed. This involves calling 911, starting CPR, and with chest compressions, and retrieving the nearest AED, which is a defibrillator. An electric shock from an AED should be delivered as soon as possible. CPR should not delay this. Emergency support should be continued until the ambulance arrives and medics take over. Injury prevention. The use of age-appropriate soft baseballs up to the age 13 is recommended. Chest protectors have not yet been shown to be effective in reducing risk, and the most important strategy is to prepare for sudden cardiac arrest by training coaches and staff in recognizing commotio cordis and sudden cardiac arrest. They must also be trained in how to do CPR and to use an AED. Additionally, an AED should be accessible at any organized sporting event within a minute of the playing venue so that a shot can be given within 3 minutes of an athlete's collapse. Return to play. A sports medicine provider may try to rule out other causes of sudden cardiac arrest by evaluating a person's heart with an electrocardiogram or an EKG, and an echocardiogram, which is an ultrasound evaluation of the heart, and an extended heart rhythm monitoring. And if no underlying heart problems are found and there is no other injury resulting from the sudden cardiac arrest, which is the stopping of the heart, or blunt trauma, there are typically no restrictions for returning to play in competitive sports. So there you have it. That is the official definition of the commotio or commotio cordis, this heart stoppage from a blunt trauma to the chest. And we're going to look at some video here. You guys decide, okay, what you think. Let me go to the video. And let me see if I can mute this.
Right back down to the ground.
There you go. You can hear dude fucking burping in the video. Nasty. Sorry, guys. I got another one, too.
That's him in the head.
You get hit in the fucking head.
Everybody's around him, and just hope that he's going to be okay.
You can see, look, boom.
Welcome back
Boom.
to Cincinnati, where medical personnel have been working on Bills safety Damar Hamlin for the last 9 minutes. Hamlin made a hit. He got up, took a couple of steps, and then just fell to the ground. We don't know, of course, the extent.
And I want to go back right here, and we're going to take a look at the actual hit here one more time for you guys at home. Look, bam! Right there, regular hit. Look, he hops up, he's fine, and then look, bam! There he goes. One more time.
Right back down to the ground.
God, that's so nasty. Look, bam! Right there. He just kind of lowers his shoulder, runs into him. Hamlin makes a tackle, stands up. Wow, he's gone. And look, and this is what I want to point out.
Him in the head.
On the chest.
I can't stand listening to this guy. He's so stupid. I want you to see what happens when he hits the ground. Like his hands. You guys will remember from my private videos, if you watch my private videos. Let's see if we can get a good shot of this. I might have to go forward here. And you'll see the reaction of him too. His hands are like frozen right there. You'll see down bottom left corner, he's number 3 here with the Bengal over top of him. Right, his hands are like frozen up in the air. This is something all too common, that we've seen. Like I said, I can't really say too much on the live stream of what my thoughts are on this or anything like that. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving out medical information. I am not doing anything of the sort. I am just showing you for historical and entertainment and news value, so you can see yourself and reporting on it as such. Now watch, here is the reactions of the players after it happened, and this is what's pretty fucking disturbing. They surround him like so nobody can even see this cat. Watch.
Several players are down on their knees. Other players are holding hands, praying. You can just see the worried looks on their faces. As soon as we have more, Joe, we'll pass it on up to you guys in the booth.
Yeah, I mean, dude's literally fucking, they're crying and everything. It's just, it's a really sad thing to see, honestly, because he's so young. But the fact that we're not even allowed to ask the question, or we're called, disgusting, despicable human beings, is fucking crazy. So, sports medicine Dr. Brian Salterer explains it is likely a rare event called commotio cordis. He says, quote, essentially what can happen is, if you have a blunt trauma to the chest that occurs at exactly the right time in the cardiac electrical cycle, your heart can be sent in to cardiac arrest. Hamlin had just made a tackle on Bengals T. Higgins in the first quarter of the game. The two fell to the ground and Hamlin stood up before falling again. Dr. Salterer says what can happen was a 1 in a million event. And this is one of those things that not only do you have to have a high enough force, but it also has to happen within milliseconds of a time window, because if that impact comes at any other time in this electrical cycle, you're fine. He says that treatment is obviously CPR and defibrillation as quickly as possible, which Hamlin received before being loaded into the ambulance that was driven out onto the field. Dr. Salterer says commotio cordis can also, or absolutely, be a life-threatening thing. He also took aim at these guys, speculating that the NFL's mandate had something to do with it. Right? How dare they even speculate that this mandate had something to do with the condition, adding that this is not something people should go speculate about. They should not go speculate about these or anything like that causing this cardiac arrest. Like, what the fuck, man? How would you even begin to speculate? Like, what? What's wrong with you? Right? What's wrong with you? You disgusting human being. Why would you even begin? This is not something that people should go speculate about or anything like that causing. He said anything like that. Cut that shit out. The team tweeted a statement saying Hamlin's heartbeat was restored on the field and he was transferred to UC Medical Center for further testing and treatment, adding that he is currently sedated and in critical condition. And we'll find out if this dude's like done or not, right? He'll basically about 2 more days we'll know, right? Because if the machine's breathing for him, I believe in the state of Ohio, which I live in, they have 72 hours, right, before they can like pull the plug. So we'll see what's up with that, you know. And if it's just a machine breathing for him, in 48 hours they'll announce he passed away or something like that. And maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that's why they didn't reschedule the game at all. You know, who knows? And that is pure speculation. I have no sources. Even though I have seen others claim that they have reliable sources, that he's dead and all of this. I don't know that. I don't think that. I don't believe that. I have no clue. You know, unlike you, we have no clue what's going on. I do know, however, that when I've seen these type of things take place in other situations, you know, whether it's soccer, basketball, or whatever, right, in other situations, people don't always fare too well. You know, whenever they go out like that, all the videos we've shown in the past, they were done for. You know, rarely do they pull through and are revived, right? Fans and players made their way to the hospital to show their support for Hamlin and the Bills organization, with former Minnesota Vikings Stephon Diggs, who now plays for Buffalo, reportedly coming into the closed ER and telling a police officer, "I need to be there for my teammate." Well wishes and prayer requests for Hamlin flooded social media Monday night, discovering, and this is kind of, cool, discovering his Chasing M's Foundation GoFundMe page. So this guy had like a fucking $2,100 goal or something like that. Here we go, it says it right here. Which he started for a community toy drive at Kelly and Nina's daycare center in his native Pennsylvania. The page says, quote, "As I embark on my journey to the NFL, I will never forget where I come from, and I am committed to using my platform to positively impact the community that raised me." Before Hamlin's injury, the page had raised more than $12,500 of its $2,500 goal. The amount has now soared into the millions, and last I heard he had $3.5 million. This dude had a $2,500 fucking goal, dude, right? Had raised $2,100 of his $2,500 goal, and he's now got $3.5 million, which, you know, who knows? I feel like the NFL, dude, it was like an hour, I think, or more, you know, where the NFL just kind of let this shit drag on. And I feel like they did it for, you know, media coverage, right? They wanted higher ratings, just to be all the way real with you. You know, it's like, oh, let's not say what happened. I feel like they already knew that they were going to postpone the game. You know, it's like, let's see some of the comments here. That's getting deep and kind of scary. A world gone mad. Absolutely a fucking world gone mad. Let's see here. Yeah, that tackle didn't look too rough, but what do I know? I know, Kimberly, and I agree. Like, that was a routine collision, a routine play, guys. You know, I coach football, played, my children played, my family played. I come from a football family. I live in Ohio, in Cincinnati. And I'm telling you, that was nothing out of the ordinary. And that was nothing, you know, nothing spectacular, nothing gruesome about that whatsoever. Very, very routine. You know, I was very surprised. And as soon as I seen him stand back up and then collapse, I knew it had probably, you know, it was something else, right? Something else. Just to to say so much. I mean, it was just something else. It looked like he used the force from the tackle, absorbed to use the force to take the tackle. Look, normal, exactly. Well, I mean, this is like a whole new world we live in, guys. You know, it's fucking madness. The madness is you can't ask questions. The madness is they will still, guys, and I'm keeping it real with you. So make sure you're sharing these links. Make sure you're commenting, you're subscribed, you have the bell clicked. If you can support, you're joining us on, Twitter and Facebook and Discord and all of that, because I'm telling you, the last 2 videos I did, they gave me strikes, and I can almost guarantee you that if I mess up one time while I'm speaking through this one, they're going to slam me for it. This is something we're not allowed to ask this question. We're not allowed to ask, and it's like, and I even put it in the description, the buffalo in the room. Not the elephant in the room, the buffalo in the room, right? Like, we're not allowed to ask the most obvious question of all, like, why would this 24-year-old world-class athlete with no pre-existing health conditions, why would him and so many other world-class athletes just collapse out of nowhere and basically die right in front of our eyes on live TV? We know what the official narrative is, but, okay, we know that there's not been a lot of people that wanted to go along with all of this either. So it's really crazy. We've seen so many things, over the last few years. Our world is forever changed, guys. I did a video yesterday, talking about how through the trans agenda and all the pedo shit, pizza shit, Epstein shit, the whole Trump agenda, right? The normalizing of the sexualization of children and pedophilia, right? It's being normalized. And this is just one layer. Hey, one layer, Now they're not only just normalizing that, they're silencing this. And they're making it a virtue thing too. It's like this is a big virtue signal tactic, for everybody involved. I can't tell you how many people think that you're a disgusting human being and that you're putting everybody else at risk, and you're so selfish if you don't get this done. Despite the experimental nature of all of this, despite how fucking insane it's been, up until this point, so. They really do. They will try to shame you to death into this, man. It is just crazy. Yeah, not just crazy. It's criminal. Absolutely. You're right. Not just crazy. Criminal. Yeah. And welcome to all the new viewers, new listeners too. I want to say big ups and thank you. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, guys. It says tonight's Buffalo Bills Cincinnati Bengals game has been postponed after the Buffalo Bills' Damar Hamlin collapsed. The commissioner announced he received immediate medical attention on the field by independent medical staff and local paramedics. And like I said, he's still in critical condition. I'm going to show you another thing really quick, right? Because, this is something, people ask the question like, well, was he or wasn't he, or, all of this. These are some things I would recommend people do some research on and look into. I'm going to drop these links in the chat box for you guys at home. Go ahead and check that out if you like. Like I said, I can't talk too much about this one, and you can call me a cringeworthy piece of shit conspiracy theorist for asking the question, but I don't give a fuck, man. I've never given a fuck, for one, and I'm not going to start now. My dad died as a result of all this shit, and I know so many other people that's not around too, so... You're welcome to think what you want, honestly. Okay? You're welcome to think what you want. You're welcome to believe what you want to believe. But so am I. And an opinion doesn't mean that's just because we have an opinion doesn't mean that our opinion can't change or that more information can't come out or anything like that. But this is what I mean. Sick, disgusting human beings. Right-wingers use NFL players' collapse to push conspiracy. And this is psychological warfare right here. This is a psyop. This is a psyop. They want to act like we're somehow... How can I capitalize? Honestly, ask yourself this at home. If you're one of those people who believe that I'm trying to capitalize on this, right? Ask yourself, what do I benefit from all of this? If I use the hashtags and the taglines for this story here, they will bury my fucking channel, right? These are hot words right now. They'll censor the shit out of me. If I say even the wrong thing whatsoever, they're going to give me strikes, remove my content, right? Which could demonetize me. I mean, just a million things. Remove my accounts. How do I benefit from even talking about this? Other than trying to shed light on something I feel needs to have light shed on it, other than trying to, get to the bottom of something, and get to the truth. And it says MAGA conservatives, and it gets a little specific now. I'm not a MAGA conservative, by the way. MAGA conservatives tried to score political points after the Buffalo Bills' Damar Hamlin collapsed on the field, and this is what I mean. The only one fucking politicizing this is the libtards that are pushing this shit, the liberal communists that are pushing this shit through the mainstream fucking media, right, using the intelligence agencies to attack you with disinformation and propaganda on a daily fucking basis. It says right-wing anti-blanks push to debunked. And I just want to show you. God damn, I'm getting hot, guys. Look. This is a debunked conspiracy. How is it debunked, by the way? They don't even know what the fuck happened for sure. They know he had cardiac arrest. That's all they know. They know he's in critical condition. That's all they know. Right? And they are theorizing themselves that it's this rare fucking cordiocortis shit from being hit at exactly the right time, disturbing the electrical cycle of his fucking heart. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. Give me a break. And it's like, this has been something, like, we know there has been issues for many people who don't even play sports who have taken a similar walk as Mr. Hamlin did. Right? If you know what I mean. So the right-wing anti-vaxxers pushed a debunk conspiracy blaming the COVID shots after the NFL player Damar Hamlin collapsed on the field Monday. Hamlin, the 24-year-old safety for the Buffalo Bills, suffered cardiac arrest and collapsed on the field after a scary hit to his chest. It wasn't scary, it was fucking routine. During the Monday Night Football matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals, players surrounded Hamlin as he received CPR for about 9 minutes. And I want to tell you, look into the gematria of this shit, right? Hamlin, or I think it's Damar, in gematria is like 37, right? The score was 3-7 when the game stopped. There is some weird shit going on with the gematria too. I should have brought a lot of it out, but I just didn't want to, bore you with all the numbers. Damar Hamlin has suffered cardiac arrest following a hit in the Buffalo Bills game. See, they're trying to lead you to come to a conclusion. They're saying it's from the hit that caused the cardiac arrest, right? They're saying the question you should be asking is why they didn't stop the game sooner, not why the fuck he fell out. Do you see what I'm saying? They're trying to control the narrative, and then anybody who does ask that question they don't want to be asked, they will label you a fucking right-wing anti-vax cretin that is trying to profit off of a man's possible demise. In the game versus the Cincinnati Bengals, his heartbeat was restored to the field, and he was transferred to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center for further testing and treatment. He is currently sedated and listed in critical condition, the Bills said in a statement earlier Tuesday. The scary moment led to an outpouring of support and prayers for the young second-year player, and in an online toy drive fundraiser launched by Hamlin, quickly raised more than $3 million in donations. And this is the positive spin. Now, all this, generosity as a result of him being fucked up from them, But some right-wing anti-blank conspiracy theorist, weaponized term after the Warren Commission, right, and JFK, conspiracy theorist, use the incident to stoke a widely debunked claim. What is that widely debunked claim? That the blank is causing young, healthy athletes to suddenly collapse. Say what, motherfucker? Say what? And here it goes, how the falsehood of the blank's right? Like, oh my God, and we're not going to pay for that, you know, trash. But I will show you this. Here we go. John Stockton boldly suggests. So it's not just people like me and you, you know, saying this. And I'm not anti anything. Let me just tell you something, people. Those who think I'm anti anything, I have every fucking, every inoculation that you have, I also have, right? Everyone required when you go to school and all that, I got all those too. I just don't want to fuck with this one, right? There's not enough information. And what we have seen, the reports, and we see very few, probably less than 1% are actually reported of the adverse effects of this. It's very obvious, you know, there are things that are happening. This is not a debunked conspiracy at all, right? The only science deniers are the one trying to cover up the real science on what's going on for this fucking depopulation agenda. John Stockton boldly suggests thousands of pro athletes died after you know what. The former Utah Jazz star made his bold statements to Michelle Tafoya, one of the glories of the Utah Jazz and the NBA. Undoubtedly, John Stockton, whose on-court relationship with Karl Malone gave the team its glory days. But just as Stockton was good on the court, he has been long dedicated to making bold, unscientific statements. Right? This is what I mean. They're science deniers. Bullshit! The ones denying the science is the ones denying the fucking science! Right? There is a scientific approach to how to isolate and identify a goddamn virus. Right? We know that. If it can't be isolated, it can't be proven, then it don't fucking exist. But that's not how this works, now is it? Right? That's not how this works, now is it? We sweep under the rug everything that isn't convenient to our fucking agendas, right? And we do this all in the name of your health, your safety, your security. We declare all these emergency powers so we can steamroll you and your fucking family, right, on your way to the New World Order, right? You'll have nothing. You'll love it. You'll be in servitude for the rest of your days, both mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Fucking slaves, right? And you'll love that too. And you'll say thank you after it's done, and that'll make you look really virtuous and really fucking moral on top of it. The most recent was made during an interview with Michelle Tafoya, where he claims to have proof that hundreds, if not thousands, of professional athletes have died. Hundreds, if not thousands. This is the claim that he made, right? This is the claim that he made. But we can't even say that. It's not the first time he insists such a statement. Some time ago, in an interview with the spokesman, Review of Spokane, Washington, claimed that he knew of 150. He knew of 150. I think it's pretty much on record. There's 150. I think it's now over 100 professionals dead. Professional athletes in the prime of their life, dropping dead, right on the field of play, right on the field, and right on the court. That brought him several criticisms from the fans and the media, such as the rap. Those claims are not backed up by any scientific or factual fucking data. He said, I had the proof in my hands. The piece of paper with the names, I think it's in the thousands now. Don't quote me on that. I'm not saying 1,000, but it might be. It's a big number. And you can look up, you know, what's happened. You don't have to make nothing up. It's all there. It's all there. Do your research, people. That's all you gotta do. Don't watch a fucking YouTube video and take their word for it. Don't, you know, and these people, they say that the fans are going against all these people. Let me tell you something. These fucktards on Twitter and Facebook and all of this, they're pretending to be normies, pretending to be fans of all of this. Bullshit. If they're even humans, most of them are bots. There are people, part of the intelligence agencies, or people being paid by these big groups like Media Matters to push propaganda. The shit was legalized when the Smith-Mundt Act was repealed under the Obama administration. Okay? So they can lie to you and it's legal. And you will love it. And this is the same propaganda they use on foreign enemies. Same shit they can use on you today. I ask you today, before we tear out of here, to use your fucking discernment, right? To use your discernment, just use common sense. Don't listen to what anybody else is saying. Do the research yourself. Go to the website. I'll show you. I'll show you where you go. Right here. I want you to go. This is your homework assignment. This is your homework assignment. Go right here, guys. Right? Go right here. Check this out yourself. Decide for yourself if there is a correlation, if there is a connection. Look up the list of names, right? Go watch what's taking place all across the globe and in every fucking sport. All the people collapsing. YouTubers, soccer players, basketball players, and now people in the NFL. Go look it up for your goddamn self. Don't take the word of some fucking left-wing or right-wing media group that is completely politicized, completely sponsored by the same companies putting the poison in you and motivated to lie to you. Okay? Right? Do yourself a favor. Empower yourself. Knowledge is fucking power. Right? And we are powerful, powerful beings. That's why they want to debilitate you. That's why they want to keep you mentally enslaved. Because if you have that knowledge, you have that power to free yourself and to free those around you. Right? And once you're free, you see that it's all divide and conquer. It's all meant to mislead. It's all meant to grab you by the balls and get you fighting against your fellow man for no fucking reason other than to get you to die quicker in a fucking system of spiritual enslavement. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I appreciate you so much, everybody out there. Please, 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 if you enjoy this work, you enjoy what I do, donate support to the channel. PayPal, Venmo, Patreon, Cash App, or Facebook Messenger. You can check out our private videos. I'm uploading new ones on Patreon and posting them in the YouTube and Facebook fan subscriptions as well. The links will be there probably by tonight or tomorrow with all the private videos, all the shit that's uncensored and too hot for TV. $33 a month, you could get access. Book your own personal reading. $50, guys. I'm telling you, it's well worth it. And anybody who's ever had a reading, they're intense. You know, they're intense. They give you a chance to look at the shit going on in your life. Text 513-393-2396 or email therealbestdampodcast@gmail.com, right? And then you just drop that payment to PayPal or Venmo or whatever, but we'll book your appointment before you pay. I usually try, and I can do a video too and send it to you that way. Get it out within 24 hours. Also, make sure to hit that like, leave a comment, you know, leave information for other people. Check out the video we did yesterday, sexualizing children, right? It's crazy. The Tates, it's Pizza Tate, they're going the same shit, man. They're normalizing pedophilia. This is so important. The truth is so important. And so many people have fallen off. They don't care anymore, guys. Well, guess what? We have to. We have to. We can't allow this to happen to our children. We can't allow this to happen to our family, ourselves, and our world. We are responsible for our own freedom. We're responsible to defend that freedom, protect that freedom, protect our families. You know, we always have been. We always will be. So we have to continue to be conscious, aware, and to do positive things to move forward in a world going down the fucking shitter. Make sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the backup channel as well, JohnBoy513. Check us out on Rumble. Check us out on BitChute. You know, all the videos that have been taken down are on BitChute and Rumble, so you can go watch those, but they had strikes, guys. That's why it's so important to subscribe, so important to hit the thumbs up, so important to comment, so important to share your Facebook groups, follow us Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the links are in the description box for down below. Donate support. Thank you, Kelly Gillies, Kimberly F., Back Asswords, Weird World, Hacking the Truth, Morning Sunshine, Latoya the Empress. Thank you guys. I love you so much, man. I appreciate all of you guys. Saul Issei, Epic Hood Stories NYC. I love the names. Chanel Brown, thank you so much, guys. Some oldies but goodies too. DF, Tim Hamby, Up Your 73, Carol Dryling. Damn, we got some real OGs in here tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Remember, Jesus is the truth, the way, and the life. God bless you all. I will see you next time. Peace. Oh, and Who Day? Right? Who Day? Sorry about what happened last night. But, yeah. It is what it is. Peace, y'all.